I hand the floor to Peter Schaar, who I just introduced, who kindly accepted to have a keynote.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for coming to Berlin again. I think Alexander Dix and Peter Hüstings welcomed you here, and I have to apologize for being late, but I have a good reason. There are different conferences in parallel to this conference dealing with more or less the same issues. I had to deliver a speech on a data security conference, even high level, organized in Berlin as well as this conference, and I know of another third event dealing more or less with privacy, digital and other digital challenges, also organized in Berlin in these hours. Well, as I was introduced by Achim Klabunde, I am now the chairman of the European Academy of Freedom of Information and Data Protection. I am not anymore a data protection administrator, enforcer, regulator, or how you call it. And I am happy to learn more about from another perspective to the same issue. And I think we need these ideas of networking initiated by Peter Hüstings and his staff, and there are different players on the same field. There are not only the data protection authorities, there are also civil society organizations like the European Academy for Freedom of Information and Data Protection. There are representatives from industry, from academia. All those players have to be included in discussions, and we have to set up better networks. And my understanding of IPEN is to go beyond those who are present today and to come to a continuous cooperation in this field. Data security and data protection are strongly related. As we have learned, at least in the recent year, if there are weak means in data security, this enables and invites those who want to step in and want to know more about us, and the global surveillance activities we have learned about in the recent months and years are only the top of the iceberg. As Rob van Eyck mentioned, many of the communication procedures are not visible. And I remember a famous German American computer scientist, Joseph Weizenbaum, who also used this metaphor of the iceberg. He used it in another way, that we are steering towards an iceberg. The iceberg is ahead. And what happens if we meet this iceberg? And some of us had the impression that perhaps we already crashed. So the question is how to deal with a situation like this, where some of the basic construction principles of our information society are at stake, and some of the procedures and means we use every day are compromised. This is a question we have to deal with, and my hope is that our network can contribute to come to convincing solutions to perhaps also to help to set up coalitions between the different players who are interested in a better understanding of security and a higher level of security as well as on better data protection. And from the point of view of a regulator, data protection seems to be at first a legal question. Now we have understood, or the most regulators have understood, that this is not enough. We have to go underwater. So to look where are the 90% of the iceberg we have to deal with. And if we set up robust structures, services, platforms, this might help also in cases where legal systems cannot guarantee data protection and security. We are living in a very difficult global situation, and we all know that only a minority of the people are living in real democracies. And therefore, the basic technologies can help those people also who are not in this positive situation, that they can also influence the political way where their countries go ahead. So, thank you very much for coming here, and I wish we have a good conference. And I have seen you have started your work, and we will continue. Thank you very much.